Hello, everyone, and of course, welcome back to another episode of X Talking Ish with your boy X.
Hey boy ish.
You already know what to do. If you are on Facebook, please make sure you go ahead and like and share this broadcast. If you are again on Facebook and you are on our Facebook page, please make sure you go ahead and like our Facebook page on X Talking Ish. If you are on YouTube, please make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bells for shows like this in the future.
Ding.
There you go. Ish a little late today on the ding, but he's there.
I'm there. I'm there.
I feel you. I feel you. Already. And again, if you are on Twitter, please make sure you go ahead and check us out on Twitter. At the moment, I'm going to go ahead and retweet it on our personal page so we can make sure we get more people in besides, and I hope Ish is okay because he's almost dying on us over there. Hopefully his water intake is high to where he doesn't go stuff because apparently he looks like he is ready to talk about these games of the week 9, my apologies, week 9 of the NFL season. And with week 9 finally being here, do you know what that means, everyone? We are at the midway point of the NFL season, finally, but also, it comes up on us kind of slowly at the same time. It's like we talk about all the time. It's a slow, fast season. We're at the midway point. If y'all join us on Tuesday, we will have some guests that will be on the show to talk about the first half of the NFL season. Some teams that have surprised us, some teams that have let us down, some teams that have choked, like Ish was just doing a couple of seconds ago. But with that being said, we'll wait for Tuesday to talk more about that. At the moment, of course, you have joined us to talk about these week 9 matchups on this Sunday slate. And before we do go into the picks, I just want to give a disclaimer to everyone. Our picks today might be a little boring, but just stay with us. Just stay with us. I'll explain in a second what I mean by that. And let's go ahead and get right into the nitty gritty. Everybody's favorite red, white, and blue team to root for. The Houstonian Texans play against the Miami Dolphins in Miami. And I'm going to let Ish start off with this one first because I'm going to need him to explain to everybody the decision making on his pick because I thought it was rather interesting. Ish.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Right before the show started, X read a report that Tua Tagovailoa was not going to play today, and I immediately switched my pick from the Dolphins to the Houston Texans.
So
I don't have
disrespectful.
I don't have faith in Jacoby Brissett. To be honest, it was a toss up before the Tua Tagovailoa news, but just adding that on top of what's going on in Miami. I had to make the switch. You got Tyrod Taylor starting today. The only concern I had was whether or not he would be a little rusty. But the team looks like, if we're being honest, the Houston Texans look like a different organization with Tyrod Taylor as the starting quarterback. So hopefully he comes in and he picks up right where he left off, and there's no problem there, and they go ahead and win this game. I would not be surprised if they were to lose this game because they are the Houston Texans, and the Houston Texans always find a way to lose everything. So there you go. That's the explanation for why I made this last minute switch to the Texans.
Well,
That I know I will regret.
I'm happy that you bring that up because the ending, it sounded good until you said what you said at the end, and I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one, Ish. Texans gonna find a way to lose this game because the Texans don't want to win. This is a franchise that's 1-7 at the moment. Let's remind everybody after week 1 when they won their first game. And Houstonians were out here praising these Texans and thinking, hey, maybe it might not be a bad season. Don't get me wrong, it was with Tyrod Taylor. But the hope that this team gave this city, and now just the way that they have ripped this hope away over the last 7 games, it has been a beautiful thing to watch. I don't know about you, Ish, but I love it. And that's the reason why I picked the Miami Dolphins because it don't matter if it's Tua playing quarterback. It don't matter if it's Kobe Brissett playing quarterback. It don't matter if it's X Williams playing quarterback. The
Wow.
Dolphins going to find a way to get it done. Oh, you damn right.
And you
The
called
Dolphins
me
going to find a way to
disrespectful.
get it done. Oh, you damn. Hey. I got to make sure that I keep my level of disrespect just a tad bit higher than yours. And
I see it.
the reason why I'm having to do that is because let's be real. If this is in Houston, I can understand where you're coming from, Ish. I can say, you know what? I can see the Texans pulling off a little upset here in Houston against the Dolphins. Even though if you look at the Dolphins' record, might not be too much of an upset either, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with Miami being home, they're gonna have them some Miami cooking, some finger licking from Rick Ross and whatnot. They gonna make sure that they are taken care of going into this game.
Bro, they're
And
0-3 at home.
it don't matter what they are. They're not on three as the Texans at home.
They're
Okay.
0-3 at
So
home.
look,
You
they're not
don't
gonna
seem
lose to
like
the
they actually
Texans.
played well at home.
Look, I ain't say all that. I'm just saying against the Texans, they gonna play fine this week. Okay. They gonna make sure that they get their first win at home
Okay.
against the Texans. And I will say this though. I hope Tyrod Taylor has a great game. I hope we see the bounce back of Tyrod Taylor. But I also wouldn't be surprised if we see something crazy happen with Tyrod Taylor for he's out for the rest of the season.
Oh,
We
here
seen.
we go. God forbid.
Am I wrong?
Don't do that
Am
to
I
that man.
wrong?
Nah, don't do
We
that
see
to
what
that
we
man.
saw what happened with the Chargers. We saw what happened in Buffalo. We saw what happened in Cleveland.
Don't do that to that man. Nope.
I'm just saying. I hope nothing but the best for this man, but crazier things have happened. All right, let's go ahead and move on because nobody really wants to talk about that game.
Not at
Just
all.
like this game, we're trying to hurry up and get through some of these stinker of games with the Falcons and Saints. Shout out to the Falcons last week for letting us down and losing to the damn Carolina Panthers. And for me, I'll just go first with this game. I had to pick the Saints mainly because besides being at home and playing against a divisional foe, I honestly look at this team with the New Orleans Saints and I see how well they play not for the team but for one another. I know that sounds crazy, but it's just the truth. The way that they are able to galvanize each other no matter the injuries, no matter what happens in that Saints locker room.
No, man.
They find a way to bring things together and be able to let what's going on in the outside of this building, let that happen. Focus what's going on in this building. And I know, I know Ish is ready to laugh at Jameis and say Jameis didn't do anything with the Saints and this, that, and the third. But I will say this. Yes, even with Jameis out, besides Trevor Siemian being the quarterback, it just seems like with this Saints team, it doesn't matter who's the quarterback. Alvin Kamara joked about it and said, hey, maybe I thought it was my turn to be quarterback because of all the injuries. It just seems like, again, with this team, they have a certain energy. They have a certain je ne sais quoi about them when it comes to they fight for one another, and I respect that tremendously about that. I don't think they'll make a deep playoff run because of the way the NFC is, but I do expect the Saints to make it to the playoffs. Ish.
I picked the Saints because they're playing the Falcons. That's it. That's my story.
All right, because I know it was very hilarious of me speaking on what I was speaking on the Saints before you said what you said, huh?
I mean, yeah, you know, you know how I feel
Am I
about Jameis.
wrong? Am
You know
I
how I feel
wrong
about
about the
Jameis.
Saints and how they play for one another? I mean, it's true.
They don't
I
play
like the
for
way.
one and nothing. They don't play for
Okay.
one and nothing, bruh.
Okay.
I just picked them because they're
What?
playing the Falcons. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just picking them because they're playing the Falcons. I don't believe in this team. I don't trust them. I don't trust. You got Trevor Siemian now coming in. Trevor Siemian, you know, all the power to you. You're gonna be better than Jameis was. I know that for a fact. But it is what it is. Until they sign OBJ, then you know I don't have a lot of hope and
They're not signing
excitement.
OBJ.
Okay, that's fine. They don't got to sign them. They better. They need to.
You know where OBJ is going to go though?
Where's OBJ going?
That boy gonna get claimed off waivers by the Lions, and he gonna be upset.
By the Lions?
The Lions.
Oh, you lying.
Oh.
You lying to yourself, bro.
I'm not lying. I'm just saying it's gonna be hilarious
You
when he
lying
get
to
claimed.
yourself. If you
How
put
am I lying? The Lions have the first pick of claims
They are
on
not
waivers to
claiming
where
that
if they
man.
wanted to, they can pick up Odell if they wanted
They're
to.
not claiming that man. Stop.
Hey,
Stop that.
if they
Stop
wanted
that.
to, they need
Stop
some
with
more
these
players out there that
Stop
need to
with
help
these
bite
false
some kneecaps off.
narratives.
So I'm
Stop with these
just
false narratives that you sending out to the world. You know that they not. No, he's not going to the Lions.
look at it like this. The Saints are. I'm sorry. The Lions are already 0-8. They can come off the bye week with a new weapon and go 0-17, and they'll be like, hey, look at us. We got all these athletes, and we haven't won a game.
That
So I
man's
mean,
not
shout
going
out to the Lions.
You need to stop that.
What? I'm just saying, man.
No.
Maybe the Lions need more talent to let them down see more. I'm just saying. No? All right.
Bruh, why are you always picking on the Lions, man? You so disrespectful.
I'm not. I'm just picking on the truth. It is what it is. Lee also says Odell said he only wants to play for a contender. They would waste their money. He probably wouldn't play. Yes, I know what Odell said, but guess what? This is football, not baseball or basketball. Not baseball. Or basketball, where you can pick and choose where you want to go. If Odell get his ass claimed on waivers by the Lions, his ass gonna get claimed by the Lions, and he gonna have to suffer through it for the rest of the season. Then after that, he can go and do what the hell he want to after that as a free agent. But
you were crazy.
I don't think that will happen. It's a joke. I'm making a joke, everyone. Let's stop taking everything too seriously. Jesus Christ!
Why would you?
Why not?
I would wish that on my worst enemy to go be picked up by the Lions. Like on the.
I mean, let's be real. Odell thought he was going to. Odell thought the Giants ownership group was going to waste his talents in Cleveland, and guess what? Apparently, I guess we did, right? Because he hasn't been the same since New York. So who is it on? Is it on the organization? Is it on Odell? Like, is it on
that's a
getting older? That isn't a conversation for another day. We'll talk about that another time. But I'm just.
Some people calling out Baker Mayfield. You guys.
I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot in that Cleveland locker room that they need to process and figure out. We'll talk about them very shortly on the show, but again, we'll get to them very shortly. Let's talk about this Broncos-Cowboys game. I think this is a very interesting matchup because of, well, if Von Miller was still playing for the Broncos, it might be a very interesting matchup. But for the Cowboys to again get back on track, they come off the bye week. This is a game that they're supposed to win. We talk about this all the time, when it comes to good teams beating bad teams. So I need to see the Cowboys get back on track. I need to see y'all, have a very good game against the Broncos. You have 2 weeks to prepare for this team and continue to keep doing what you're doing. But I will say this on X Talking Ish, this will be the game that Trayvon Diggs will not get an interception. Teddy Two Gloves will not allow it.
Yeah, because Theodore only throws like 5 yards down the field, man. Theodore not going to take that chance.
Why you hating,
though? Bro,
he's smart. He's not going to throw it to him. Why would you want to do that?
Sure.
It's like the Reeves days. Reeves got that whole side of the field locked down. I'm not throwing it to that side, baby.
It all sounds good. Just know that the Cowboys gonna win this game. Let's be honest. Theodore and the Broncos don't have a chance. They're not gonna win this one. They're not even at home. They're on the road. Dallas just showed what they could do against the Minnesota Vikings. They don't even need Dak Prescott to win these games. Cowboys to the Super Bowl. That's all that needs to be said.
Oh, dang, making a proclamation already. Cowboys.
Bro, I said it last week.
They can't even play. They're not even playing the NFC Championship game yet. Who they playing against the NFC Championship game?
It don't matter. Cowboys to the Super Bowl. Theodore, it was nice while it lasted. I'm sure you will not be in Denver next year.
I will say a fun little fact, though, for everyone that is tuning in. Denver Broncos have won 6 straight games against the Cowboys. So
Theodore wasn't the quarterback at that time.
Hey,
and they had Von Miller back then.
Again, I'm just saying. All right.
The list goes on and on, doesn't it?
Lee also says, I don't know if Cortland Sutton leads the league in air yards per target. He throws hella bombs to him all game. Big shadowing. He's got a chance at a pick. Again, like I said, mark my words, this will be the game where he will not get an interception.
Okay.
And we'll recap that back on Tuesday. If he gets one, hey, seems like the three things that are guaranteed in the world: the death taxes and Trayvon Diggs getting an interception, apparently. So I'll be wrong on that one. I ain't got no problems taking my L, but I'm just letting y'all know he ain't gonna pick every goddamn game, okay?
Well, clearly.
Okay, y'all spoiled, y'all getting spoiled out here with Diggs out here
Clearly, he's
getting
not gonna get
interceptions
one
every
every
damn.
game.
So this is gonna be the game he don't get one. All right,
Okay.
let's go ahead and move on to a matchup that I think is very interesting. Even though, let's be real, most people have their money on the Patriots, most likely. But I just think it's a very interesting game, just like the game we spoke about earlier when it comes to Trayvon Diggs trying to get an interception. This is, of course, Stephon Gilmore's not return back to New England, but playing against his former team, the Patriots, in Carolina. Both, of course, us, Ish, and I are on the Patriots. But I do want to see the chess match between Bill Belichick and Stephon Gilmore when the Patriots are on offense. Will Belichick threaten? Challenge Stephon Gilmore and try to throw at him? Will he not throw at him? Will you give one or two targets per half? That's what I really want to see if Belichick, respects Gilmore or if he just says, "Hey, we're gonna go at him. I don't care who he is." So I think the Patriots win by at least a touchdown. But I want to see that chess match between Bill Belichick and Stephon Gilmore.
I think the chess match is going to be interesting. They did come out recently and say that Sam Darnold was starting. So the chess match of Bill Belichick and his great mind versus Sam Darnold, I think that's what's going to be interesting. That's the key to the game. Because if Sam Darnold's able to play anything remotely close to what he played like in the first 3 weeks, then I think the Carolina Panthers should win this one fairly easily. If Sam Darnold is not able to withstand the pressure and the movement and the stemming that Bill Belichick is going to have that defense doing, then yeah, my pick is as solid as gold because Sam Darnold right now it has been bad. I think at this point, a lot of Carolina fans and a lot of people in Carolina are starting to question if they even need to move forward with this project. If they just need to go ahead and start banking on drafting a quarterback next year, making a move for Deshaun Watson in the offseason when his stuff clears up. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Sam Darnold, this year's chance to turn it around. We at the halfway point. It's been up and down. Now's the time to turn it around, man.
No, I definitely agree. Both teams are 4-4 coming into this matchup, and both teams are actually ranked in the top 10 in scoring defense. So if you are, of course, in Vegas, I think this might be a game where you want to take the under. But it's going to be very interesting to see because let's be real, we talked about the Panthers defense, especially in the beginning, the first 4 or 5 weeks, they had the number one overall defense that has slipped, of course, over the last couple of weeks. But it seems like the Patriots are getting better week in and week out. And if they win this game, they're 5-4. And I mean, they are getting back to what Belichick would want from this team, and that's just compete, do your job, and let the cards lay on the table. And if we are able to do the right things, don't turn the ball over, we can come out with a victory. Why not? And it's going to be very interesting to see how the Patriots finish off this season because, let's just say they win 9 or 10 games. They can definitely sneak into the playoffs, make a run. I don't know, but
They won't be making
can't.
any runs. Now,
They
making the
won't,
playoffs,
but
they could potentially make the playoffs, but making a run, nah, bruh.
yeah, I got you. But yeah, making the playoffs though, I mean, that's a great feat for Belichick because we talked about this in the pre show. I'm sorry, in our show before the season even started. And I was one that did say Bill Belichick is on the hot seat, and I didn't say about his job. I talked about him as a coach coming into this season. We saw Brady won a Super Bowl last year with the Bucks. What are you going to do this season with all of your cast of characters back? And right now, looking like, hey, Belichick, kind of know what he's doing, right? You kind of know what he's doing. So, of course, shout out to Belichick and what he's doing out there in New England. But let's finish out the season and let's see what happens with them over there. All right, so let's move on to this Vikings Ravens game. I'll let you start this one off first.
Yeah, I just got the Ravens. I just think they're a better team at the moment. It helps they're coming off a bye week. They got to rest because everybody knows if there's any team that needs some rest and needs some good luck when it comes to injuries and things of that nature, the Ravens are definitely one of them, probably at the top of the list. If you're excluding maybe the Cleveland Browns. So, yeah, I just think they're a better team at the moment. I think that Lamar got some rest. He's gonna come back. He's been playing really well. That offense is looking okay. The running back situation, they're still trying to figure it out, but what does that matter? I will say I was a little hesitant to pick the Ravens at first because the Vikings had played well throughout the year until that, and then I remember last week and what they allowed Cooper Rush to do to them, and that just made it an easy decision.
Yeah. Yeah. If the Vikings, if they won that game last week, they would be sitting at 4-3 right now instead of 3-4. And both of us would probably be looking at this game a little bit differently. I'm somebody that's been very supportive of Kirk Cousins before that Vikings and Cowboys game that happened because I felt like he was playing well, and I will not back off that just yet on one game. But I will say, if Kirk Cousins wants to redeem himself, hey, this is a perfect opportunity to do it on the road against an MVP caliber type of player like Lamar Jackson, and of course, when we playing against Lamar Jackson, playing against the defense, of course. But like I talked to Ish on the pre-show about this game, even though I picked the Ravens to win this game, I'm looking at the Vikings like I feel like they can maybe pull off this upset. And we'll talk about this on the post show on Tuesday. And I wouldn't be surprised if I tell myself, you're right, X. You maybe should have picked the Vikings. But with like what Ish is saying, with the Ravens coming off of a bye week, getting healthy at the right time is very crucial for them. Just being able to just have an opportunity to get some rest. I think it does wonders for them coming into this game. The Vikings are coming off of a very heart gut wrenching type of loss against the Cowboys when you probably should have won that game at home too. And I think that carries over to this game. So that's why I picked the Baltimore Ravens to win this game. All
Okay.
right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and move on to another AFC North divisional foe matchup. The Browns versus the Bengals. And this is another game that Ish and I talked about for a good couple minutes before we joined you guys live on this show. Because, and I'm going to go first. Let me just go first on this one because, yes, I picked the Bengals to win this game because I feel like they have the talent, they have the youth to know that they're not supposed to be in this position in the first place. But I'm also looking at the Browns and trying to figure out, hey, who knows? Maybe, and we talk about this a lot when it comes to OBJ not being on the field, and we seeing this Browns offense play a lot better. Can that still happen? Of course, now with OBJ not being there, or is everything that's been going on with the Browns is it just too much of a distraction for them to get back on this ship and ride it into the playoffs because they have the number one running game. They have a great offensive line. They have a pretty damn good defense. I'm not saying Baker is the one that's holding them back, but they put in Case Keenum and they were able to win a game. I know it wasn't
Sounds like
sexy,
you're
but they were
saying
able to
Baker's
win
the problem.
all I'm saying is when it comes to Baker with this team, if you want to be that franchise guy, I know hindsight is 2020, but you should have never ever tried to stick your nose into trying to make a tackle against the Texans that messed up your shoulder. And now you are at a point in the season to where now your shoulder is seriously bothering you and it's affecting you on how you play quarterback. Because we've seen quarterbacks like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, even somebody like Aaron Rodgers, when they throw an interception, they take their ass to the sideline or they fall straight to the ground because they know how valuable they are to their team. And they know that they're not going to allow themselves to get hurt and hurt the team at the same time. And with Baker, the running joke always is he has more commercials than he does playoff wins. And that's a problem. When you are somebody that has all progressive and all these, funny commercials, don't get me wrong, they're funny. I like them. I'm not mad at them. But when you look at guys like Lamar Jackson, it's proven more. When you have guys that are in your same draft class that are playing better than you, and they don't have this national spotlight on them, and they've proven more than you have, it is a problem that Cleveland is going to have to figure out sooner than later because at the moment you have the makeup of what you can be as a team to make a deep run in the playoffs. It's going to be interesting. This is halfway point of the NFL season. We'll see how the Cleveland Browns play out in this next half of the season. If they have a winning record and they're not worried about Odell, then hey, maybe it was Odell. But if they go 2 wins, maybe 3 wins in that back half of schedule, like you said with Carolina and Sam Darnold, maybe it might be time for Cleveland to look elsewhere because the Cleveland Browns did not give them the extension yet. So this is Baker Mayfield's make it or break it type of season, and right now is looking more broken than it is making it. So Ish.
Yeah, I'm just choosing to back this young Cincinnati team. Last year, Cincinnati was swept by the Cleveland Browns, and I just don't feel like this year that's going to happen again. I don't think that they're going to get swept. I think that it's more likely a split of the games, and I just feel like Cincinnati being the home team, they're coming off of a tough little situation that they face where we did back them and we thought like, hey, you guys are going to step it up and show out, and you lost to the New York Jets and Mike White. So I'm looking for the bounce back here at home. I just think that this is the week to bounce back. One of those, all right, let's refocus, let's reset. Against a divisional foe, I think that is definitely the way to go. For the Cleveland side, Cleveland's still a strong team. I still believe they're a strong team. I think that they've got some injury stuff that needs to clearly be taken care of. But this pick isn't an indictment against the team. I think that they're still a really good team. I hear a lot of people on all this noise about Baker Mayfield, but I don't think that I don't think it really warrants it. I think that he was playing well early in the season. No one had any complaints, and now all of a sudden we're jumping up and down as if like a lot has changed, but a lot hasn't really changed, and the man's playing hurt. So I think you got to just kind of pump the brakes, cool it down, let him do what he's got to do. I think when you get both your 1-2 punch back, they just got Nick Chubb back. They still waiting on Kareem Hunt to come back. I think when you get your 1-2 punch back and everything, then you'll be right back to old Cleveland style. Not to mention this Cleveland defense is a really good defense. They've got the playmakers on all the levels, really all 3 levels. They've got the playmakers to make plays. So I think this team just needs to find a way to, stay healthy, grind it out through the season, win the games they're supposed to win, make it to the playoffs, and then they'll be able to make the noise that they should make. But for me today in this matchup, I'm just backing the young guys. I think the young guys are ready to step up. They're ready to make a statement. They're ready to, stake their claim on the AFC North. And what better way to do that than against your divisional rival in the Cleveland Browns here today?
But let's also remind everybody, Ish, Baker wouldn't be hurt if his silly ass wouldn't go on and go try to make a tackle.
Oh my gosh, no one cares, bro. The man, see,
you cannot care. You cannot care all you want to, but this shit is true. The reason why his performance is dropped is because he got hurt. Plain and simple.
No, okay, yeah,
okay.
He got hurt, but he was showing some heart. Okay, he wanted to show that heart. He wanted
okay,
to go
that's why Andrew Luck ass retired right now. That's why all these other quarterbacks that want to be showing heart and shit don't continue to have a 10 to 15 year career. Okay.
Hey,
listen to all these fools out here that want you to have heart. Everybody.
Hey, he leading by example. When your quarterback don't got heart, doesn't lead by example, then what you talking about? Oh, he's
Okay.
not the right kind of guy. He doesn't have the
Peyton
right
Manning
kind
had
of
to make no tackles for
mentality.
everybody. He got hurt.
Yeah, because Peyton Manning was a different guy. Peyton Manning
Okay.
was on a whole nother level. Baker Mayfield is not a Peyton Manning.
Okay. I'm just letting you know, quarterbacks, stop doing that dumb shit. Oh, and also with the Bengals, if they don't bounce back from that loss from the Jets, if they lose back to back to the Browns, I'm worried about them. But again, we'll talk about it on
I mean,
the
that
post
makes
game
sense.
show.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah,
it's
we'll
fair
talk
to
about
be
it in the
worried
post
about
game
him.
show. Oh yeah, like I'm just saying. All right, Bills versus Jaguars. It's real. Not too much to really talk about in this game. I guess. Excuse me. The main thing to talk about is how close will the Jags keep this game? Because for some reason, when the Bills play any Florida team, they feel like they got to put up 50. And I'm
Well,
talking to the Miami Dolphins, and the Jacksonville Jaguars are not better than Miami Dolphins. So I'm thinking at least a 40 piece from the Bills. I'm thinking they at least putting up 40 points,
word on the street
45 against
is
the Jaguars.
word on the street is James Robinson isn't playing, so that's a whole nother
Oh
hit to
Lord,
that
oh,
offense.
about to get ugly.
So yeah, it's not looking good. There's not much to talk about here until they move the Jags permanently to London.
There
So
you go.
until they're
There
the
you go.
London Jaguars, we just gonna keep on moving past them. But hey, I'm looking forward to the next game in London next year when I can pick them again to win.
Let's just hope that the London Jaguars are never ever able to move there,
Why? That's gonna be
because
perfect for them.
don't no team wants to come to London to play against these fools. That is
Yeah,
what
no
it
team
is.
wants to go there and play because they know it's a loss. That's a for sure loss for you. Plain and
Everybody
simple.
that's listening, please
Trevor
let
Lawrence,
Ish
undefeated in
understand
London.
and realize
Urban
that
Meyer, undefeated in London.
crack is not good for you,
Shall the
everyone.
list go
Okay,
on and on? Undefeated in
crack
London.
is whack,
Yo,
everyone. And we're going to make sure that we tell the youth that
you gonna stop
crack
hating on
is
the
not
London
good for
Jaguars,
you.
bruh. The London Jaguars are undefeated.
I'm gonna stop hating. Okay, all right, buddy. All right, there's some plenty of hate to go around, and you be spreading a lot of hate, and especially with this game, because the hate I'm talking about is this extraordinary life figure that you want to put on Danny Two Pennies, and I have to bring
Bruh.
everybody apparently back down to earth because even Ish knows. Because as you can see with the picks, even Ish picked the Raiders because he know that he can't count on Danny Two Pennies. He
That's
can't
not true. I can't
even
count
in
on
New
his
York.
team. I can't count on
Or
his
sorry, even in
team.
New Jersey. Okay, even in New Jersey, the Raiders of course going to travel from the West Coast to the East Coast, and that's something of course we have to look out for. But for me, for the Raiders, because after Don Gruden got fired, we talked about this on the show. We didn't know how the Raiders would bounce back. We didn't know if they wouldn't be able to continue to play the way they've played, or they love John Gruden so much that it would all just mess up what they got going
They
on.
love
Well,
him so much.
I'm just saying they do. They care about the coach. So, but it seems like they haven't missed a beat so far. At the moment, they are 5-2. And I think they have a very good opportunity to be able to capitalize on this situation, being able to play a okay team, as an away game, and also with the unfortunate news for Henry Ruggs III earlier in the week. I think it helps
Don't forget
them
my
continue to.
man waving the gun around.
One more time, run it back.
Don't forget my man waving the gun around.
Who are we talking about?
Oh, okay.
What are
Hold
you
on.
talking about right now?
Give me a chance to figure it out. Go ahead,
Oh
bro.
Lord! All right, let me finish my little soliloquy right quick. So with the Raiders, I think that they will be fine to be able to compartmentalize. Oh Lord, yep, I'm not using that word today.
Compartmentalized. Yeah,
There
you
you
got
go.
it.
Thank you, Ish. I'm not using that word today, but to be able to bring everything together and let everything that's going on the outside, let that be, and focus on the team that they have right now with the Raiders. And the best thing about the Raiders is that they've always had this us versus the world mentality. They don't care about everybody else. I'm sorry, anybody else in the league. They only care about themselves, and that's what makes the Raiders special. And after this game, of course, against the Giants, it'd be interesting to see how the Raiders finish off this season because they are in the AFC, so they have a chance. I mean, again, they're 5-2, number 3 seed at the moment in AFC. So why not for the Raiders, right? They have a great opportunity, and we're gonna wait for Ish to bring up
Damon
his
Arnett, cornerback.
yes. The running back for
Corner. He's a corner.
I thought it was running back.
No, he's a corner.
All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, they doing all sorts of things over there in Vegas.
Yes. The smart guy that wants to do that right after his team is already in trouble for the Henry Ruggs situation. So
yeah.
Even though I heard that apparently that was like a retaliation to somebody that was talking mess on him, but apparently somebody screen recorded what he sent, and so just one of those things where I tell people all the time is, hey, you gotta be smarter. You gotta be smarter out here, especially if you're somebody that's worth millions of dollars. You can't move around like regular folks no more. But if you want to do what you want to do, you'll be back into that regular population where you can do what you want to do. So at the end of the day, when you got millions of dollars, you better protect it because folks coming to come get it real quick, and by lawsuits or Brittany Reiner or whatever.
Oh my gosh!
The top for that day. Am I wrong though? Am I wrong? There's plenty of Brittany Reiners out there. You know it. I'm just saying. All right, Chargers versus the Eagles. I'll let you start off with this one first.
I'm expecting the Chargers to bounce on back, do their thing. It was a difficult loss last week to the Patriots by 3 points, but I think that I still have faith in this Chargers team. I still have faith in Justin Herbert. I think that they are still a leader on the AFC side. And even though the Eagles blew up last week, man, did some things against the Detroit Lions that I guess he didn't think it was possible, or I don't know what was going through X's mind. He likes to talk about Craig being whacked, but apparently last week he was on some because he chose the Lions to beat the Eagles only to get waxed 44-6. But
first of all, if you actually listen, I said to everybody it was obviously Halloween on Sunday, and crazy spooky things can happen, and that should have been one of them. But again, other things happened throughout that weekend where I was correct. So you want to bring up the correct ones? It's all good. It's all good. Continue.
Anyway, I still think that the Eagles are still trying to figure it out on the offensive side. I think the Lions game is a misnomer. I don't think people should use that as a measuring stick to say that this Eagles team finally figured it out. Now, if they're able to do some things today, then I definitely want to start looking out for the Eagles as a late wild card contender, maybe somebody that might start pushing into playoff conversations. But right now, I think the Chargers got it. I don't think the Eagles are going to be able to play with this team today.
Yeah, let's please hope not that the Eagles make it into the playoffs because
bro, you are an Eagles hater. Matter of fact, earlier in the show,
I'm an Eagles hater.
Hold on. Earlier in the show, I went back to go look at all the picks throughout the season to verify if you have picked the Eagles at all throughout this season.
Have.
Right?
I picked them once.
One time.
Okay.
One time. You picked the Eagles one time.
And guess what? They 3-5.
The one time
they probably lost.
It was a ridiculous pick, bro. It was a ridiculous pick.
And they probably lost.
Picked them. So, I mean, that just tells me that you are for sure, sir, an Eagles hater. You just an Eagles hater. So go ahead and spit your Eagles hate right now. Go ahead and spew it all out here for everybody to see so that we can go ahead and confirm that you just don't like the city of Philadelphia. You don't like the Eagles. And then you just going to come on here and do like you do Detroit and just talk a whole bunch of nonsense. Go ahead, man.
That's fine. For the people out here that want to listen to Ish's lies, you can do that. Unlike, let me finish. Unlike Ish, I've actually been to the city of brotherly love, not once but twice. Thank you very much.
Times. I got family that lives there.
Okay. I got family that lives there too. Now what? I got Philly there too now.
Like what you trying to say? I mean, I was rocking.
What you what?
I picked Philly last week.
Okay,
picking the Detroit Lions over the Philadelphia Eagles.
Again, it was Halloween. Nope. Why you bringing up old stuff and not bringing up the rest of the old stuff with it? Stop bringing up one part of the context. Bring all that shit with it. You sounding real political right now. Politician and political. They put that shit together. That's what you sound like. A politician and political bullshit. That's what you sound like right now. You only force feeding a little bit of the shit that you need to force. I need all of this shit. I don't need just 3 French fries from McDonald's. I need the Big Mac, the French fries, and the orange Fanta to go with it, son.
I do not.
Give me all of that shit.
I do not.
All right. First things first. I have no problems with the Eagles. The problem I have with the Eagles, more than anything, besides the fan base, is the head coach that they have right now. I do not have any trust in him. Not the head coach. Also, the GM, everybody that's running the Eagles right now. I don't have no faith in because I feel like the way that they just throw out Jalen Hurts and shit, it just seems like he's literally running for his life every goddamn game. Mm-hmm. So why would I want a guy, to me, I think is better than Justin Fields? And if anybody wanna tell me wrong, they can do all they want to. I don't give a damn. But yes, Jalen Hurts is better than Justin Fields, and I need Jesus Christ. I need Jalen Hurts to get out of Philadelphia and go somewhere else.
He's not going anywhere. He doesn't have an opportunity anywhere else. This is his one shot.
Minnesota.
He got one shot.
Minnesota.
Capture the moment
after Kirk Cousins leaves.
Oh no, that's not happening.
He's going to Minnesota. That's a perfect place for him.
No.
And please do not say Houston Texans either. Please do not come back home.
That Texans.
I'm just saying. No. Who knows? Maybe the Saints.
Bro, no.
Since you love Jameis,
he's not going there. He's not going there. He's not going anywhere. No one else is giving him opportunity.
He ain't staying in Philly, damn it.
Well, he's not getting another opportunity to start in quarterback. He's gonna go be a backup somewhere if it's not in Philly.
All right. To finish off this game.
Finish off
the reason why I picked the Chargers.
You're saying right now,
besides,
it sound good, but it smell bad.
All right. Anyways, the Chargers are a better team overall. Justin Herbert is a better quarterback. And also, let's be real, the Chargers feel some type of way with the L that they took last week against the Patriots. We both picked the Chargers to beat the Patriots because we assumed that Mr. Herbert would have a bounce-back game. To only have the second worst performance of his career so far now against both the Patriots on both occasions now. And I feel like it's my opinion that Mr. Herbert will come back and have a bounce-back game, even though I did not start him for fantasy this week. I'm starting Mr. Matt Stafford for fantasy because he's playing against Tennessee Titans.
Wait.
What? What are we doing?
Actually, let's revisit this when we get later in the show. Let's revisit
We can. All right, let's go ahead and finish it up, sir. Packers versus the Chiefs. This is, of course, a matchup of one of the oldest Super Bowl matchups of all time, the Packers versus the Chiefs. And if Aaron Rodgers would have, taken care of his business and not to be out for 10 days instead of being out for, maybe a couple of days, he'll be able to play this game. But now that he's not, unfortunately, I had to make my switch over to the Chiefs because if Aaron Rodgers was playing, most likely the Packers would win this game because we've seen Aaron Rodgers do more or less. And the Chiefs, they get them a nice little gift from above to have Aaron Rodgers not play this week. And G-High Field, a.k.a. Arrowhead Stadium, will be able to rejoice in the win that they probably shouldn't get because they can barely beat Danny Dimes on Monday Night Football. So they have to play against now Jordan Love. And knowing Jordan Love, he'll come out there and throw for 3 touchdowns, and your Chiefs will find a way to win the game by 3 points by the skin of your chin, and win 31-28. And again, if Aaron Rodgers is playing, you'll get y'all asses smashed. But go Go ahead and finish this one off for me.
No. I mean, I'm 100% on the same wavelength as you, right? If Aaron Rodgers had played this game, I was not going to be picking the Chiefs. I would not have picked the Chiefs if Aaron Rodgers was playing this game. But because Aaron Rodgers is not playing this game, I think the Chiefs are going to find a way to win this game. I'm not even necessarily calling it a blowout. I'm just saying they're going to find a way to win this game. Like I said last week, we're taking it one game at a time. We're going to just keep it moving. Next man up. And so, yeah, Packers are the next team up. We're going to beat them. Moving on, we're going to find a way to get I think who we got after the Packers. I think we got is it the bye after the Packers? No, we got the Raiders. We got the Raiders.
Yeah, got the Raiders.
Yeah, so all the news that's been coming out of Las Vegas, that's just leading up to the Chiefs game. Derek Carr might end up with COVID.
And we know how the Raiders play against y'all.
Yeah, that's why I already said, Derek Carr might end up with the flu after this game today, so that the Chiefs go into Vegas and, Derek Carr's not there to play for them. We'll see. Alien abduction, something might happen. Just got to make a call to Roger Goodell real quick, get that man up out of there. But, yeah, Chiefs going to win this game. Find a way. It is what it is. Come on.
Yeah, besides the flu and alien abduction stuff, I definitely have to agree with everything else. And yes, let's hope something mysteriously doesn't happen to Derek Carr before this game starts. I'm gonna have to look at the Chiefs in the NFL like, okay, y'all cheating now. Okay,
what do you mean cheating?
We're not going just all of a sudden we're just gonna have this 2-5 team just miraculously get into the playoffs. Like, woo! Like, oh my goodness, this Chiefs
turn around. Teams turn around all the time, man. Teams turn around all the time. It doesn't matter.
Just I've never seen teams turn around when the opposing team starting quarterback just find a way not to play that game, huh? All right. People like to talk about conspiracy theories, but just saying. All right. Another NFC West matchup, the Cardinals versus the 49ers. And let's be real-ish. If the 49ers are playing a lot better than we wanted them to, this game might be a little bit of a different way of looking at it because Kyler Murray is coming off of an injury still. He's still battling the injury he sustained a couple weeks ago. So it'll be interesting to see how bad little Tyler plays against the 49ers, but for the most part, I will say this, Ish. We'll talk more about it on the post show on Tuesday. But I'm just not liking these 49ers. We talked about them last year with all the injuries they sustained, and they were still able to play with effort, right? This year, they beat the They beat the Bears last week, and they're getting better, but they're 3-4. I just don't like what I'm seeing. On the offensive side of the ball is only Jimmy G to Deebo Samuel, which I'm not mad at all because Deebo's on my fantasy team. But there's no George Kittle. Remember George Kittle was supposed to be in this tight ends group of the greatest tight ends to ever play, and I need another wide receiver to step up.
No Brandon Ayuk. Yeah, no Brandon Ayuk.
And
the defense had a good year last year with Deebo Samuel's out, and he missing all of a sudden.
But that's the reason why you can't hold your hat on just a rookie season or a second-year season and say, hey, this wide receiver is going to do this for the next 10, 15 years or, any of that stuff because you got to do it consistently. It's hard to do it consistently. You
do have to give him cut him some slack, though. The running back situation in San Francisco has continued to be
the running back situation in Baltimore is abysmal. The running back situation
you can't compare the two. Come on,
why I can't? Why I can't?
Bro, when you have Lamar Jackson as a runner in that backfield,
it doesn't matter though. He still has to play the quarterback position. He can't be out here running the ball 75 damn times a game.
But the threat of Lamar Jackson running the ball is what helps with the running back situation in Baltimore.
I understand that, but again, Lamar shouldn't even be running the ball 30 times a damn game anyways.
But he does. So you can't compare the San Francisco 49ers situation to the Baltimore Ravens situation. Like, come on now. Don't do that.
First of all, with the 49ers, they're on their rookie running back. Again, I know because I have my own fantasy team. And they are still able to run the ball with him. And they're able to plug and play that running back group over there. I'm not worried about the 49ers when it comes to running back group. Baltimore Ravens lost some real running backs before and during the season, and had to replace them with complementary players. And yes, I agree with you, Ish. Yes, the threat of Lamar, the same way with Michael Vick, same way with Randall Cunningham, allows defenses to have you play you differently. But guess what? When it comes playoff time, when they contain you and have that QB spy and will not allow you to just be out here running willy nilly, you're gonna need your running backs. You can say, "Oh, Lamar can run, do this, that, and the third." Okay, we'll see. Yeah, because that shit didn't work in the last couple years in the playoffs. Okay, we'll see what
I
happens.
mean, so really to me, the story is the turnover situation. The offense has turned the ball over a lot this year, 11 turnovers to only 5 that they've gotten from the defense. So your turnover margin is not very good. Your offense kind of middle of the road. Your defense is really good when it comes to yards, but when it comes to points, they're sitting at the bottom half of the league. So there are a number of things going wrong in San Francisco. Are they going to be able to turn it around in the second half of the season? That's still to be seen. The problem that they have is that they play in this tough division, like today's matchup against the Cardinals, where they've already lost one to the Cardinals. It looks like they're going to lose the second one. I mean, that's the tough part for them. I mean, because you still got to play the Rams. You got the Rams coming up after this Cardinals game. I mean, you're playing Minnesota, who's a tough team. You're playing Seattle, who's looking to bounce back with Russell Wilson. You're playing the Bengals, who's a tough team. You got the Titans that you still got to play. And you got the Rams again. So the problem that the 49ers are going to have is this second half is by no means a walk in the park. Like, you still have a lot of tough games. Yes, you're going to pick up some, a couple of good ones because you're scheduled with the AFC South. So you got the Jaguars and the Texans to play. But outside of that, I mean, man, it is no walk in the park for them. If they do manage to turn it around, though, you definitely have to take them seriously and look at them as a team to watch out for when it comes to playoff time. And that's just if they're able to somehow turn it around and find a way to make it in or sneak in or something. But as of right now, it doesn't look good for them. It looks like another disappointing season. And yeah, man, you want to start it, you got to start it today, right? Like, you want to
Now
start that
before
turnaround today.
now before we move on to the last topic of the day, like you said, Ish, if they have another disappointing season this season, will heads roll?
Mm. That's still to be seen. I think they like what they have with Kyle Shanahan. I also think the prospect of Trey Lance starting next year and like what Kyle Shanahan can do with him is going to keep him there at least another year or another half a year. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I don't think that they're necessarily going to get rid of people just after this season if it's another poor season. Now, if they go on the back half and they start losing and it's ugly and the record doesn't look like there's any way of, any light at the end of the tunnel, then yeah, Kyle Shanahan might have to go. But I just don't see that happening. I think this team is too good for that to happen. And I also think that they realize that having a good coach like Kyle Shanahan, you don't just luck into those types of situations, right? So you may want to just wait and see what you have early next season. And then if it looks bad early in the next season, yeah, Kyle Shanahan can go.
Definitely understand where you're coming from, and I definitely have to agree with you on that one. Chad Bogues, apparently he joined us a little late. He said Alvin Kamara's throwing for 300 yards today and rushing for 150. Yeah, we got to have some of these Saints fans get out of fantasy land because Alvin Kamara is not throwing for anything this game. He might throw for 15 on a trick play, but 300 yards, no. Yeah, I got to start listening to press
I
conferences
mean,
from
he might as well
Alvin
be the
Kamara.
quarterback.
No, again, for some reason, again, y'all are delusional when it comes to who plays certain positions. Alvin Kamara playing quarterback is not a better choice than Trevor Siemian. I know it sounds.
Better than
I know it
Jameis
sounds.
Winston.
Okay, here you go. Again, delusional. All right, let's finish off this Sunday pregame show with the Titans and Rams on Sunday Night Football. Ish, I'll let you go ahead and start this one off first.
Yeah. Let me start this one off because the Rams. I definitely see the Rams winning this game. I think now you added Von Miller to this defense. it's looking good in over there in LA. I think they trying to bring a little championship over there. They made the right moves. The defense playing well. The offense is doing okay. I just think that the Rams are going to have too much offensively for this Tennessee team. Although last time I said that, Tennessee came out and they spanked the Chiefs a little bit. So it's possible that they might get up for this game and play. Although being on the road makes it a little bit harder. And I'm curious to see how Adrian Peterson, Deontay Foreman, how that duo look in the backfield. I'm sad that the King is not there anymore. It's kind of diminished my thoughts about the Titans until I get to see Adrian Peterson back there. So for that reason, I'm going with the Rams. I am curious though. You have chosen the Titans, but you're starting Matt Stafford and sitting Justin Herbert. Explain that to me because I'm confused at how you're making this. Like, you really think it's going to be a shootout then, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, I had to double check. Actually, I'm starting Justin Herbert. My bad. I'm wrong. Yeah, my bad.
This man don't even know. Hence why he's last on his division.
That's why second last. I'm second last. Get it right.
Oh, second to last in the
second
league.
Last. I moved up.
You last in the division. Did you move? Okay, I'm gonna have to go check that.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. First of all, fantasy for this year has been abysmal for me. But it's all, again, at the end of the day, it's a dynasty league.
It's a dynasty
I'm not playing for year one, baby. I'm playing for year 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is
okay.
I got this. Okay, and the reason why I picked the Titans. Hear me out. Just a couple weeks ago, Tennessee Titans had a primetime game against the Buffalo Bills. And I picked the Buffalo Bills to win that game because I was honestly worried about how the Tennessee Titans would play on primetime. Now, again, I'm a Tennessee Titans fan. I've watched this team for decades now, and I just know they like to come up short on primetime games from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
But when I saw them take care of business at home against the Buffalo Bills and continue to keep taking care of business week in and week out, granted, yes, it was with the King. Not trying to separate what we're talking about right now at all. Derrick Henry not being there is a big blow. Adrian Peterson and Deontay Foreman will not be able to replace, both of them not be able to replace him, those two by himself. If this was Adrian Peterson maybe, 7 years ago, people would definitely be worried. But the way I look at what the Tennessee Titans are going to do and will do moving forward, nothing changes, especially on the offensive side of the ball. They're still going to run the ball. They're still going to play action you to death. And they're still going to get the ball out to their playmakers with A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. So just because Derrick Henry isn't there does not mean that Tennessee Titans will not have running back by committee, as you see with Adrian Peterson, Deontay Foreman, and also with Jeremy McNichols as well, playing the third down back. So what does that mean, Ish? That now means that instead of worrying about one running back to say, oh, this running back likes to do this, that, and the third, now you have to worry about 3 if you're on the defense and say, I got to stop these tendencies for this running back, and I got to stop these for this running back. Again, not saying that Adrian Peterson going to run for 1,500 yards, Deontay Foreman going to run for 1,000. No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, matchup-wise, it definitely does present a matchup problem for not even just so much for the Rams, but teams moving forward. I know the Rams have Von Miller. I know the Rams have Aaron Donald. I know the Rams have Jalen Ramsey. But I think this might be a week where you're able to catch them on such a high horse they were to get Von Miller and catch them on their cloud 9 to where maybe we can sneak in, punch them in the mouth at home, and be able to come out with a victory. So that's why I'm going in on my Titans, and I'm going to believe in my Titans for Week 9, Sunday Night Football. Prove me right tonight, Tennessee. Prove me right. And if I'm wrong, and then, hey, I'll take the blame on Tuesday. I'll be here to say, hey, I was wrong. But, hey, everybody sleeps on us always. Nobody believes in the Titans anyways. So let me continue to believe in my team. And hopefully we'll see y'all boys. This might be, who knows, this might be a Super Bowl preview. I know it might not be sexy, but at the moment, the Titans are the number one seed in the AFC, and the Rams are the number one seed in the NFC. So again, it's gonna be a great matchup. Don't sleep on the Titans. I think the Titans will. If we lose, it'll be about 3 points or a touchdown. It ain't gonna be no blowout. The Titans will keep it close, but I think the Titans pull this one out. Surprise everybody. All right, Ish. This will do it for our pregame show for this morning. Hope everybody, of course, enjoy the games for today. And of course, if you go to our social media pages, I'll put up our picks for today. Ish, you got anything to say before we get up out of here?
Not really. Free Danny Dimes. Free one hand Danny Dimes. Get him out of New York. Don't come to Houston. Jaguars to London. What other things that I have? Oh yeah, be on the lookout for the one hand Danny Dimes shirts. One hand Danny Dimes t-shirts coming soon.
Nobody gonna buy them.
You say that, man. You say that. I think a lot
now,
of
people have already commented and spoken and said they're not going to buy the shit.
No, they said they want it. And I think I might be starting a brand, one hand Danny Dime clothing brand. I'm gonna turn that silhouette into a logo, and then I think it's gonna rival the Jordan logo. Just give it a couple years, bro. He had to do come to Houston, lead the Texans to a Super Bowl. It's over.
This needs to be one of them shows where I just end the show while Ish is talking crazy at the same time so he can stop spewing out this BS to y'all, because I feel bad for everybody that has to listen to this, because this is just utter nonsense. This is utter nonsense. This is just silliness, and it needs to be stopped. And Ish, you will stop right now. We will see y'all on Monday Night Football halftime show, and then, of course, we will see y'all on Tuesday for our recap of Week 9. And hopefully, Ish, come back down to reality to see that Danny Two Pennies is who he is.
No.
All right. Love y'all. See y'all next time.